All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do section 1.7, solve absolute value equations. All right, so we've got the absolute value of x minus 6 equals 10. So we're going to make two problems out of this because remember there's a possibility of two answers, one answer, or no answers. And we have to make sure we check for extraneous solutions. All right, here we go. So we're going to rewrite this as x minus 6 equals 10. And we're going to write it as x minus 6 equals negative 10. All right, solve both of them. So add 6, we get 16. Add 6 on the other one, and we end up with negative 4. All right, now check your answer. So let's plug it in. So 16 minus 6. Well, the absolute value of 10, does that equal 10? Yes, so that is a solution. All right, let's plug the other one in. And we get the absolute value of negative 10 equals 10. Yes, that is true, so that is also a solution. All right, number 36. Now I'm going to solve number 36 and then we're going to look at it and think about it. Some of you probably already know that what the answer is going to be, but I'm going to imagine that I didn't see something peculiar looking with it. So I'm going to solve it. So I'm going to go ahead and set it up with as 2x minus 3 equals negative 5. And 2x minus 3 equals positive 5. All right, well, I'm going to solve the one on the left. I'm going to add 3. So 2x equals negative 2. I'm going to divide by 2, and I get negative 1. Okay, I'll check that here in a minute. Add 3 to the other one. We got 2x equals 8. Divide by 2, we get x equals 4. All right, now I'm going to check. All right, here we go. So I'm going to go the absolute value of 2 times negative 1 minus 3 equals negative 5. Okay, well, I end up with the absolute value of negative 5 equals negative 5. That is false. The absolute value of negative 5 is supposed to equal 5, so that is not true. So this will not work. All right, let's check out the other one. The absolute value of 2 times 4 minus 3, equals negative 5. Okay, so let's see. We get, so that's the absolute value of 5 equals negative 5. Well, no, that is false. So that doesn't work. So technically, they're both extraneous. They do not work. However, ladies and gentlemen, you should have noticed right away the absolute value of anything cannot equal a negative. So you could have said right away there is no solution. You wouldn't really have to show any work. Okay, remember the absolute value must equal a positive. All right, let's go to the next page. Now both of these we can solve for because you'll notice it equals a positive 8 for the first one and a positive 11 for the second one. All right, here we go. So we've got 2x plus 3 equals 8. 2x plus 3 equals negative 8. All right, I'm not going to show all the details. I'm just going to say it. So I'm going to subtract 3. We have 5. Divide by 2. We have 5 over 2, or 2.5. Over here, subtract 3. we got 2x equals negative 11. Divide by 2, x equals negative 11 over 2, or negative 5.2. Okay, check both of them, they work. Okay, I don't have room for that check step, but if you plug 2.5 in, you'll end up with 8, and if you plug in the negative 5.5, not 2, 5, okay, it will also work. Okay, real quick, the next one. So add 10, divide by 7. Just leave your answer as 3. Okay, don't leave it as an improper fraction for that one. 21 over 7 is 3. Okay, next one, add 10, divide by 7, and just leave that as a fraction, negative 1/7. All right. Again, I don't have room for the check step, but if you check them, they both work. 39. Solve and graph the solution on the number line. All right, so again, we have to make two problems. We say x minus 3 is greater than 2. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is an OR situation because the inequality is greater than, and then the other is x minus 3 is less than a negative 2. All right, add 3, we get x is bigger than 5, or add 3, x is less than 1. So on the number line, all right, open dot on both of them. All right, x is greater than 5, so it's OR. They should be going in opposite directions, and x is less than 1. All right, one problem left, and then it's the cumulative review. All right, this one, again, looking at your inequality, that's telling it's less than, it's the absolute value of x plus 4 is less than. That tells me it's an AND situation. So we're going to rewrite this. Don't forget to flip and change the sign. All right, all we have to do is subtract 4. So here we get x is less than or equal to negative 1. Here we subtract 4, we get x is greater than or equal to negative 7. All right, well, I've got a negative 7 here, so I better start down here. All right, we've got an open dot, nope, solid dots. We've got a solid dot on the 7. We've got a solid dot on the negative 1. Now again, it's always a good idea to rewrite this. The x, since it's an AND situation, the x is in the middle. The lower number is on the left because x is bigger than negative 7. And the larger number is on the right. X is less than or equal to negative 1. Connect those two dots with a line, and there is our graph. All right, that takes us through all of chapter 1, but we do have the cumulative review to also understand for the test. So check that out